Hey, welcome back. I have a question for you. What year was the most deadly year in human history? Well, who guessed 2020? Well, you're wrong. The answer is 536 AD, and it was terrible. But first, I didn't mean to be rude. 2020 was particularly bad. Did you know that it was the first year in recent times that we've actually decreased our life expectancy as a human race by a whole year? For decades, we've added days, months, or even years to the life expectancy of a human. And in Europe and the United States, although there is a slight difference of about a year, Europe wins, the life expectancy of the average adult is now over 82 years. And you might have noticed that we're going through some kind of zombie apocalypse. And one of the figures is terrifying. Deaths are in the hundreds of thousands. But the most staggering statistic is the number of years lost by the dead. So if you die in your 40s, you had another 35, 40 years to live. If you add that all up, it totals millions of life years have been lost in 2020, 2021. We're living through a truly dreadful time in history, and that's not to mention the tsunami wave that is about to hit us all. And if you live in Texas this week, you've just had a bit of a taste of it, and that's variable climate change. Whatever is causing it, or whoever is making it worse, we are going through a time where the world climate is drastically changing. 100-year floods, 100-year droughts, wildfires, and extreme hurricanes are now rampant. So congratulations if you're still alive in the first decade of the 21st century. But what we're going through is nothing compared with the poor souls who lived in 536. So as a YouTube filmmaker, there's very little footage of the year 536. In fact, there's almost nothing. So I'm going to try and tell you what happened on that fateful year by using images from more recent catastrophes. "536 began with an inexplicable dense fog. Crops failed. Plunging the Middle East, Europe, and parts of Asia into darkness 24 hours a day. Global temperatures plummeted, and this made 536 possibly the coldest year ever. This atmospheric winter was probably caused by a volcanic eruption. Possibly the great volcanoes of Europe, Vesuvius, Etna, or maybe a little-known volcano in Iceland erupted. Whatever caused it, it caused climate catastrophe. And unfortunately, this was only the start of the misery. The cold weather and the crop failure caused an economic meltdown. Money from the Roman Empire was worthless, and people went back to bartering, but there was not much to swap. And just when you thought 536 couldn't get any worse for you, you got the bubonic plague. Nearly 100 million people died that year. So if you're sitting at the controls of your DeLorean, do not go back to 536, when the world was truly plunged into darkness. Oh, I think we all have to count our blessings that we don't live in 536. But 2021 is problematic, so stay safe, stay healthy, take your vaccine like good boys and girls, and remember, the truth is out there.